Our baby doesn't look like him, the paternity test drama. I never imagined that the small, quiet apartment my husband and I had shared for the last 2 years could suddenly feel like a battlefield. When we first met, everything seemed almost too perfect. Late night walks, laughing until our sides hurt, cooking dinner together while dancing in the kitchen. There was a sense that we were two puzzle pieces finally clicking into place. I was 25, he was 26, and somehow, in the chaos of college, first jobs, and bad coffee, we had built a life that felt solid, real, and, above all, ours. We got married in a tiny ceremony surrounded by family and a few close friends. No fanfare, no extravagance, just love and promises whispered under string lights. I remember thinking, as we exchanged rings, that life was finally starting to make sense. He was funny, smart, and protective in a way that made me feel safe. I trusted him completely, and I thought he trusted me the same. Fast forward 2 years, and here I was, 5 weeks postpartum, staring at the tiny human who had somehow grown inside me. My daughter was perfect in every way. A soft whale when hungry, the tiniest fingers curling around mine, a tuft of golden blonde hair I didn't recognize. And those eyes, pale blue, almost icy against her soft pink cheeks. I couldn't help but marvel at her, whispering little reassurances about how she'd sleep, how she'd grow, how everything would be okay. But it wasn't. Not entirely. Because as perfect as she was, she didn't look like him. Or me, really. At least not yet. And that small seed of doubt, the one I'd brushed off in the first few hours after delivery, had grown into something massive. I should have known better than to expect patience. My husband, loving, dependable, funny, had a streak of insecurity that surfaced in strange ways. Usually, it was harmless, like worrying that I didn't like the shirts he wore or that he wasn't doing enough around the apartment. But now, with our daughter's unexpected appearance, it transformed into something darker, something sharp and accusing. He refused to listen to my explanations about genetics, about how babies are born with lighter hair and eyes that darken over time. He refused to believe me. And so began a week of tension, avoidance, and silent dinners while I tried not to cry in front of him. My sister came over almost daily, bringing coffee, snacks, and the kind of reassurance only family can give. I told her quietly that I just wanted him to trust me, that I didn't want our first weeks with our daughter to be filled with suspicion and anger. Little did I know that this was just the calm before the storm, because in a few days, the quiet apartment, the late-night walks, and the kitchen dance parties would be replaced by tests, threats, and the kind of emotional roller coaster I had only read about online. And I would discover, in the hardest way possible, that sometimes the people you trust the most are the ones who hurt you, even without meaning to. Full story over on my channel, link below.